Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to HJN. And now here on HJN, I don't know about you, but I feel like getting into a little topic here that pretty much concerns with a couple of things regarding rendering times. Yeah, that's kind of the subject that I'm pretty much going through, so let's just talk a little bit about that. The current software that I use to edit my videos is known as Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum. And this particular software I've had for a couple of years now. Because simply put, if you don't really recall, back in June of 2019, it was a time where, simply put, another piece of software that I've used to edit my videos for quite a while, which was called Magic's Movie Edit Pro, ended up, well, going through some sort of weird glitch or whatnot. And then all of a sudden, I kept getting sent error messages, negative 59 error codes as they're called, in which that the files to install the app had been damaged. As in, I couldn't even launch the app. So of course, that's why, around that time, I went ahead and bought a copy of the current software that I'm using today. Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum. And that, of course, is pretty much what you need to know basically on what kind of social editing skills that I have, and more importantly, the kind of software that I use to put my videos together and have them uploaded to my channel whenever I please. But what I can say for sure is that if there's one big thing out there that might seem a little difficult to understand, it's the fact that, well, some videos can take a while to upload. But you know what? I feel like that with all that being said, there's really one thing that kind of stands out from all of it. The time it takes to render a single video, depending on what it is, depending on how long it is or how complicated it was for me to make, I mean, there were times where some of my more feature film-esque related projects had actually gotten some, well, rather complicated parts into it, like subtitles or scenes and the like that required a lot of graphics to be added onto it. There were times where I've had to render it over and over and over again, so this way it wouldn't take so long to render the whole entire project. So here's what I can explain about that. The first time I did the Nerf Secret Reveal Bolts of Intrigue Part 1 re-release edition, it had a crap ton of footage on it, and there were like dozens of clips that I had to add in, as well as some subtitles, especially for the title screen and the credits roll. So of course, there were times where I've had to render the project over and over again and then put out this new rendering of the project onto the timeline and then add on graphics as I go, and then repeat the same pattern until I would be completely satisfied with the project overall. And that's how I ended up with a 51-minute long feature film project, or at least part of a feature film project, that I have yet to complete still. Bolts of Intrigue is not quite finished yet. But what I can say for sure is that it took quite a while for the whole thing to render completely. I mean, even if I did the whole entire thing with all the graphics added on, all the subtitles, all the clips, all the sound effects, all of the, well, editing that I had to put together for that whole entire thing, I can tell you right now, it probably would have taken so much longer than it probably would have originally been able to do. I mean, Magic's Movie Edit Pro did kind of have a little problem with rendering times and how long it could possibly take to upload a single video, but still, I can say something good about the software itself that I currently use, and well, Vegas is a little bit better when it comes to rendering times. It actually appears a little faster. And more importantly, it doesn't take quite as long to render a single GWK episode, for example, or even an HJN episode if you're wondering, as Magic's did. Magic's took a little longer to put together compared to Sony Vegas. But still, regardless of what software it is, or how old it is in general, or how old the computer is that you're using, rendering times are something you probably will have to get used to. Kind of like how you'd probably have to get used to sweating out in really hot environments, such as rainforests or something else entirely. That is really hot. But still, I will have a lot more things to talk about here on HGN, so that's pretty much all I got left to talk about this in general. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.